Bleh. V.
I am drowning. There is no sign of land. You are coming down with me. Sand and unlovable Sandler, and I hope you die. I hope we both die. Hang on.
Blah, 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 and welcome to a very spooky Into the Sandlerverse and an Unloveable Sandler with Orc and V. I am Orc.
I'm V.
And today, I'm not doing that the whole time. Today we are talking about Hotel Transylvania 2, 2015, directed by Gendy Tartakovsky, of all people. And I actually forgot to get the page up. I just remembered that off the top of my head. Hotel Transylvania 2, directed by Gendy Tartakovsky and written by Robert Smigel and Adam Sandler. V, what did you think of Hotel Transylvania 2?
An easily completely mid movie. So on the scale of Sandler, great.
It was largely inoffensive. I thought it was cute. You know, it did make me weirdly uncomfortable at times, but
Yeah. But not in the ways that we're used to from this series.
Hey, no transphobia. That's a rarity.
No fart jokes.
My God, you're right.
I literally.
There was a pee joke, though. There was a pee joke.
Yeah. We had to get one in there. Yeah. No, it felt like a respite, like I think we thought it would. Just from the fucking nonsense. Also, streams haunted.
Ah. Ah.
Just in time for October. Yeah, I you know, so this came out in 2015, which is the second to last good year.
Also, yeah, good point in the chat. No transphobia allowed in Transylvania.
True. Yeah, my main takeaway from this movie, my thesis statement of this movie is Mavis, who I'm closet cosplaying as by just putting on what I normally wear, should be at the club. Mavis should be at the club.
She truly should be. Hang on one moment.
Okay. Okay, great stream, everybody. Pack it up. I guess while he's doing whatever he's doing. Yeah. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to bring up about this is that I think that one of the only reasons this movie is as inoffensive as it is compared to the rest of his writing and repertoire is I don't think he had a lot of creative control here.
Yeah, that's something I kind of wanted to start talking about, which is when it says written by Adam Sandler, how much of it is written by Adam Sandler? Like, because we know that Going Overboard is like sort of written by credit because he improvised a bunch of stuff. Like, I feel like Grown Ups 2 is like at least half written by him, half written by the other guy. What's his name? Tim Herlihy. But this, I don't know, because the other guy who wrote this wrote the other Hotel Transylvania, but he also wrote You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
And as we will discuss, this movie is Don't Mess with the Zohan, but with humans and monsters instead of the Israel-Palestine conflict.
Woof. Also, he gets a writing. This
Am I
writer.
wrong?
No. You also this writer specifically gets a credit for being the writer of the Dunkachino commercial in Jack and Jill. Just the Dunkachino commercial. So high
Okay.
bar to clear. He's also Yossi in You Don't Mess with the Zohan, a character that I will have to Google.
Okay.
Anyway, uh,
I also wrote down that this is Shrek 3. I don't remember Shrek 3, but this is I think this is Shrek 3.
I mean, like,
No, only in the first 10 minutes.
yeah, the first 10 minutes is the credits of Shrek 3.
Yeah.
Um, because like, we'll get to
No, no,
that.
no, we should reveal it. We should reveal it
Okay, yeah.
for
So
people who haven't seen.
this movie takes place over 7 years, and like six of them
Mhm.
happen in the first 15 minutes, which is
Yeah.
just
It sure
bonkers to
does.
me. How does that
It was
happen?
moving at a clip.
It's like they wanted to do a story with like Mavis and Jonathan's kid, but they wanted the kid to be older, so they were just like, I don't know, let's just speed it. Let's just make it like 5 years later or whatever. Plus pregnancy, plus a year of marriage. I'm glad they
Yeah,
got time to
let's
enjoy each other's
also
company. You know?
let's also discuss how um sorry, I got distracted by sending a screenshot of the chat. Let's discuss how we didn't watch the first one, famously.
Hmm.
We have not seen Hotel Transylvania. Um, I think I could tell you the plot. So can we test that theory?
Yeah. Okay. I'll bring up
Okay.
the Wikipedia page for Hotel Transylvania, and you tell me the plot. I will tell you how on the nose
Okay.
you are.
Um,
Oh, now
Now
she's
my
got a
my
cold
first
feet.
sticking point my first sticking point is I don't know whether the hotel existed before or after, because I do think what's his face, Johnny, are he wants to fuck Drax's daughter. I think he comes in and stirs the pot with his weird West Coast ways. We'll get to that. Um, and he is a human that enters the monster world in Transylvania, presumably, and he meets Dracula and Dracula's daughter Mavis, and they some stuff probably happens. They begin a courtship. Dracula is opposed to it because he is human, and then eventually decides he's okay with it, and it ends with them together, and then our movie begins with their wedding.
Yeah, I mean,
Turns out
like
I didn't really know the plot.
you're not like wrong.
Okay.
First of all, if you thought that Hotel Transylvania 2 took place over a long period of time, Hotel Transylvania starts in 1895.
All right. Mm.
um,
Yeah, so it's like the
after his
Dracula backstory.
after his wife Martha was killed by an angry human mob, Count Dracula commissions and builds a massive monsters-only hotel in Transylvania, in which he raises his young daughter Mavis. Uh,
Yes.
in short, on Mavis's 118th birthday, she
We gotta talk about that.
wait, hang on. So in 2012, on Mavis's 118th birthday, so this movie takes place in 2019. This movie takes place 4 years in the future.
Wow, they didn't know about COVID.
I mean, they
Wait, this
didn't.
place takes place during COVID.
No,
Wait.
2019. V.
Yeah. But like it takes over the place over the 7 years.
Yeah,
Whatever.
12 plus 7 is 19.
Oh, okay. 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
Yeah, 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Um, Johnny shows up after Mavis wants to see the human world, and Dracula's like, sure. And then he has his zombie bellhops disguised as humans scare her back to the castle, but it also inadvertently leads Johnny back to the hotel. And the
Okay.
rest is history.
The rest as they say. I don't think that okay. Whatever. So we didn't need to see the first one, turns out. It was
No.
fine.
It turns
We
out
got the
it's a movie
gist.
for 6-year-olds, so it doesn't matter because some of them probably weren't alive when the first one came out.
Can you, tell us what actors are playing which characters up front? 'Cause I feel like
Gladly.
that's relevant.
It is, as usual, an all-star cast. Adam Sandler as Count Dracula. Asher Blinkoff as Dennis Denisovich Dracula Logren. We'll get to him. Um, Selena Gomez as Mavis Dracula Logren. Andy Samberg as Jonathan Johnny Logren. What, he didn't hyphenate his last name too? Sexist. Mel Brooks as Vlad. Kevin James as Frankenstein. Steve Buscemi as Wayne, a werewolf. Keegan-Michael Key as Murray, a short, fat mummy who is replacing CeeLo Green as the voice actor of that character. David
'Cause he
Spade.
got arrested, I believe?
Yeah. Uh, David Spade as Griffin the Invisible Man. Uh, one of Adam Sandler's kids as a young werewolf girl. Megan Mullally as Megan Mullally and Nick Offerman as Johnny's parents. Rob
Mhm,
Riggle as Bella, Vlad's vampire bat servant. Dana Carvey
mhm,
as Dana. John Lovitz as the Phantom of the Opera. Fran Drescher as Frankenstein's wife. Uh, Molly Shannon as Wanda, a werewolf, Wayne's heavily pregnant wife, and Eunice's best friend. I don't know if it's not weird or not to describe a woman as heavily pregnant just as like her character trait.
Famously, they have so many babies.
Yeah. Also, Jared Sandler as a tourist driver? Who the hell is Jared Sandler? Adam Richard Sandler. What the fuck? Jared Sandler just leads back to Adam Sandler. What the hell? Anyway. Oh,
Okay,
Adam's
let's
nephew
get into
Jared.
it.
Anyway, so
Sure, sure, and yes, the Phantom of the Opera.
yeah, yeah.
You heard that right. Just a side character. He does some Phantom of the Operaing, as, like, a kinda Randy Newman-esque, narration of a dinner, which is pretty funny. There's actually jokes in this one.
I
You
laughed
love to
a
see it.
lot at a couple of jokes.
There's a lot of visual gags too because it's animated, which was nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same
Yeah.
thing that we liked about Eight Crazy Nights, just that it was
Yeah,
animated.
yeah. Alright, great. Um, and Oak said, "I don't even know if I'm gonna need my product placement notebook." And I said, "We'll see about that."
I
How how
did.
wa how was the product placement in this one?
The
We forgot the
products.
most important.
So this is a Sony film. So the biggest one, Sony. Vio, which is a Sony product of computers. Facebook. Whatever that one hip hop song they keep playing is. That's like, I'm
Oh
in
my
love
god.
with a monster.
We were in the
Uh,
Trolls era,
yeah. Batman
firmly.
and Pop Tarts.
Hmm.
If
So,
Batman can be counted as a
markedly
product.
less than any other Sandler film, again, because you can feel, like, the tone, even though he is playing one of the main characters and ostensibly he co-wrote it, you can feel that he was prevented from doing things. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I
Yeah.
even found a line later on that confirms that, when we were looking at some stuff after. All right, I wrote, "I already feel so much more alive going into this,"
Mm-hmm.
or undead, as the case may be. I then wondered if I was gonna have system kids writing along because it was, like, fun and animated right out of the bat. Turns out, kinda.
Our kids were kind of bored.
Yeah, not that into it. Liked the monsters, though, liked the monsters.
Yeah.
A lot of fun monsters. Um, I was really annoyed to watch 2 before 1, and Oak knew this, but it was fine. Um Okay, so we start off at Mavis and Johnny's wedding. Um,
Yeah.
really, really intensely. Once, and it was funny because I was like, I didn't know who anyone was yet, so I wrote, "One side seems to have monsters and mummies and knock off other characters like the Monsters Inc. Yeti." And, David Spade was there as the Invisible Man. He's just a pair of glasses. Um, he has a couple of jokes about having an invisible girlfriend from Canada, which were pretty funny, but then didn't pay off. Like, there
No,
wasn't, like, a final third one,
I
which we
said at
both
the end.
I thought yeah.
Yeah, I said at the end it should have turned out that the invisible girlfriend was real. It's such a
Mhm.
basic joke that they just didn't follow through on. Instead, he like bumps into an invisible woman at the dance party at the end, and they fall in love.
Oh, see, I didn't even clock that.
Yeah.
Um, will you show a shot from what oh my god, show what he's wearing at the wedding. Show what this
Okay.
groom
I'll also be
bridegroom.
I'll also be able to show how weirdly controlling Dracula is. So please zoom out to show the Adam Sandler outfit. Dracula prevents them from kissing passionately at their wedding. Their wedding. They are Christian married. Uh, Christian married? Can monsters get Christian married?
I don't think so.
Okay, hang
I think they would
on.
start burning.
True. The werewolves kill the flower girl?
Which is
Um,
fine.
I think that's where our kids tapped out. They were like, all right, just show Jonathan.
And here Oak said, "Wow, I hope you look this beautiful at our wedding." And I said, "I hope you look this beautiful at our wedding."
And I said thanks.
But did you show his outfit?
Not yet. I'm trying to find his goddamn outfit. There it is. I keep skipping
All
past it.
Draculas are Protestant. So true.
So
Look at this shit.
the Adam Sandler outfit is killing me. The
Yeah.
shorts, the
Yeah.
sneakers, the sneakers. They're not even black, they're gray.
Yeah. This does not look like a kid from Santa Cruz, California. I'll say that much. Which, by the way, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. I don't know if that's revealed in the first movie or not. Um, I think maybe we just think he's a California kid. Don't know.
Oh,
I did write, I think I hate Johnny already. Didn't love him.
I don't hate Johnny.
Um,
He's fine. It doesn't seem like he has a lot to do in
they're
this
not a
movie.
they're not a great couple at all. They're not compelling. I'm not compelled by them at all. If you're gonna have a goth baddie, first of all, it needs to be either like a goth pairing or a sunshine and goth pairing. And here's the thing is she's a sunshine goth. She's like a pastel goth. Like she's very sunny and bubbly
Hmm.
and a vampire. So then he needs to either be it doesn't work.
I
It
mean, he
doesn't
is
make sense.
sunshiny. He's like oblivious.
But they can't both be I don't like it. I don't like it. Also, they just don't seem to have it. I'm just not interested. They're like kids on the playground in a relationship and yet she should be at the club.
She should be at the club.
So,
She's
I also
basically
wrote
18 here, for the
well,
record.
apparently 118.
118, but I believe there's a line in the. I think I
She's
remember a line in the last movie that's like, she's only 118.
she's Edward Cullening his ass apparently.
Yeah. They'll.
Um,
Some may say I'm robbing the cradle, but I say that he's robbing the grave.
mhm. There you go.
Hmm.
All right. This is moving so fast. Like it moved so fast at the beginning. I like couldn't keep up.
I was
It was it
disoriented.
was it was disorienting. It was like thing after thing suddenly bright colors. Yeah. Um I did clock Megan Mullally from one line, which I
Hmm.
was proud of myself for. Um we stand
You might
Karen
know
from
her
Will
as
and
Gail
Grace
from Bob's Burgers.
or Nick Offerman's ex-wife, great ex-wife in Parks and Rec.
You keep
Um
hitting your mic, by the way.
okay. I'm playing with things on my desk here. I have life in me for this one. Um, what is this about? Oh, he did Oh, okay. I wrote Adam Sandler doing this drag accent is horrendous, and I was like, "What's a drag accent?" Turns out I meant drac. I meant drac. I didn't like it.
It was whatever.
Um,
It's better than, I don't know, Whitey from Eight Crazy Nights.
um, yeah. He plays the ukulele, which is at their wedding, which is just really embarrassing.
Yeah,
Oak said you said you'd be cringing so hard.
I was
Um,
cringing.
Mavis asks, so we set up the sort of conflict here. Mavis asks if Dracula is really okay with Johnny not being a monster, and he says, "Yeah." And I kind of hated him playing a wholesome, nice dad character. It doesn't last though. So,
Yeah, a lot of dad
um,
in this era of Sandler.
yeah,
Adam
yeah.
Sandler's daddy era.
We'll have to see if it continues. What else could he possibly be? I liked the gag with the Picasso where uh he's painting. That was good animation and art style. Can you pull that up?
Yeah, he's painting. I mean, why am I describing
Also
it? Well,
good
I'm literally going to.
good example of the good art
Mhm.
animation.
Okay,
I-
it's just funny.
and it's like you knew that was going to be the payoff, but it's good payoff.
Yeah, I like how he looks too. He looks
Yeah.
very kind of interesting in 3D.
Yeah. Yeah. So they come in here. We're like after the wedding now. They come in to like talk to Dracula, and I was like, "Are they living in not sin at the Dracula castle?" And then I was like, "How old are they supposed to be? They look 15."
Jonathan
Um.
is 21 in the first movie, and Mavis is, of course, 118.
Mhm. Mhm. Um. Dracula and Mavis go on a little. They turn into bats and go play hide and seek in the clouds.
Hmm.
Um. And during that, she reveals that she's pregnant?
Yeah,
I was
let's
like
It's just a little harder to catch my breath since I'm pregnant.
Yes, well, I guess that would make it more. What?
This shot makes me so uncomfortable.
why would we have breeding kink in this kids movie?
It's not
What
really.
is this? Breaking Dawn Part 1?
Is it breeding kink if it's just something that straight people do?
It's a fetish shot right here. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
this shot is like it's very Rouge the Bat, as wide as she is tall energy. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And we're like, what? Like, how many minutes in here? Like 3?
7 minutes and 53 seconds.
Oh, right. There was a lot of chasing each other amongst the clouds. Yeah, so I wrote we got breeding kink in this kid's movie. What is this? Breaking Dawn Part 1. Now she's knocked up in bed 8.5 minutes in. The energy is fucking bizarre.
Oh yeah, hang
And then
on.
you wanted me to point out the Jackie Sandler in the
Oh
photo
yeah.
at the bedside.
Dracula is so happy to be a grandpa. Uh
A vamp paw, apparently.
the energy is so weird. I just him like, I don't know, is it cute in theory? Like
No.
resting his head and like listening to the
No.
baby or
I'm
whatever.
I'm 7 years old. I don't want this.
Did they get
Like, if I
pregnant
want
during the
this.
from that mid wedding kiss? No, this is a year later.
Yeah.
So they did have
Yeah,
some time
apparently.
to enjoy each other as a couple. Give me one
Look
second
at
so
that.
I
I
can
don't
show
like
Jackie
them.
Chandler. Jackie Chandler? Jackie Sandler.
Jackie Chandler.
So
Is this
here,
normal behavior for straight people? I'm not sure at this point. Probably, but also like this is about monsters.
so you can see Adam Sandler's wife as Mavis's mother in that picture.
Yep,
Um,
there she is.
I think that's very funny. I think that's a funny Easter egg. And I think I've seen too many Adam Sandler movies that I can pick out his wife in the background of a scene. A drawing of his wife. Oh my god, that just hit me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the eyes.
That's when it hits you.
Ooh.
Why is it giving cool alt girlfriend with Shaggy from Scooby-Doo? I think that is the energy that Oak and I bring to the function.
Shut up, I'm cool and goth too. Look at me.
Okay, this is where I ranted about in my notes about how this is a cursed couple. This is not respecting the sacred archetypes for goth relationships. Need to be goth, goth, or sunny goth, not whatever this shit is. Mavis is sunny goth. Okay. Um, they speculate whether they're going to have a regular baby or a Renesmee.
Don't call it a Renesmee. It's called a Dampier. Or, well, I guess a Dampier implies that it is a vampire. We're just like, are they going to have a vampire or a human?
Mm-hmm.
Because vampires are not human, as I learned from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They have no souls and no emotions. Ignore all evidence to the contrary. Please kill them.
Right. Yeah. So apparently in this lore, vampires are like born as babies and then they grow up, and then when they're 5, they do or do not get their fangs, and and then you can tell that they're a vampire or not, and not before then.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Feels kind
That's
of
how you know they're
inconvenient.
Protestant. A Catholic would get pregnant on the wedding night, so true.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. They drink, or they eat monster ball soup, and you were like, are they Jewish?
They must be, to be honest.
Yeah. Is this like a religion thing? The chat's really confused, and we're only 9 minutes in.
You guys gotta keep up. We got 5 more years to get through.
I can barely like understand my notes because it was moving at such a fast clip. I was like barely getting things down. I wrote, oh, there was some Adam Sandler humor in the cross-dressing and the guy hitting on him. I don't remember that happening, but apparently that happened. Who was cross-dressing? Dracula?
Yeah, Dracula, to get into the delivery room because Dracula is controlling. Here's the baby, by the way. His name is Dennis.
So
Dracula insists on calling him Denisovich because he wants him so badly to be a vampire, even though he's like, no, it would be cool if he was not the vampire. I would not care. It would not crush my soul or anything.
Look at this Jack-ass baby.
Yeah, like, what? That is Jack's design, but they made the hair bigger.
Yeah.
I do think that Dennis is very cute when they get to his, like, full design.
Yeah. All right. 10 minutes into this movie, and it's been 3 years. So, yep. We're at I could barely track what was happening. We were at the kid was turning an age, and he got a my first guillotine present.
He was turning 1.
Is it guillotine?
Like 2 minutes later. No, it's guillotine. It's French.
Guillotine.
Guillotine. Why don't we put you in the guillotine?
Yeah. And okay, so here we start seeing this dynamic where Mavis is like really concerned and like protective of him because he's her like human baby, and so she's like almost kind of she's like a what's it called? Oh, code switching, where she's like going into like she's becoming like acting more human in a way, and like concerning herself more with human things, and like worried about him being around monsters, which I didn't really love that as the narrative.
I mean, I didn't consider it to be like a monster thing specifically. For this, I think that it's just the fact that her dad's monster friends are giving her son a cursed amulet and a guillotine for his first birthday. And Fran Drescher
Right,
is
but
like,
it's
so
like,
you cut off your finger. That's the fun.
yeah, sure. They don't understand how humans work ostensibly. I'm just like, are we it's like we're missing the Adams family mark
Mhm.
completely. Like that's, we're not doing that. We're doing like helicopter parenting because there's so much of a culture difference and memeified difference. Like I don't know, like there was like this weird for me, there was like this weird clash of like this cartoony
Mhm.
and like this like more serious like she has to be a serious like concern herself with humanity. I don't know. Like I just was kind of like I don't know about that. I don't know. It just felt contrived. It felt very like kind of misogynistic in a way. Like
Yeah,
I get it, but I didn't like it. So, and that's
there's
our
a
main
lot to
like
say.
issue in the movie.
Yeah, there's a lot to say about the philosophy, but also the baby proofing uh gives way to one of my favorite jokes in the movie, where they're
Yes.
baby proofing this staircase by putting
Show the whole
yeah.
baby proofing scene because
Okay.
it's funny.
Well, the entire that's gonna get us fucking obliterated on YouTube because I know I'm being very careful
Isn't
with
it
this
like
movie.
20 seconds long? Okay.
No, the whole baby proofing scene is like
Mm.
3 minutes.
Oh,
But
okay.
this in particular, they're putting the baby gate up on this staircase that's completely open on that side.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Um, yeah, so and also, yeah, this is where they mention it's a hotel like 10 minutes in. I was like, I didn't remember that it was a hotel. I've seen no signs or references to this being a hotel. So,
true.
but then we get some. Um, uh, I wrote that Oak is the werewolf tennis instructor, played by is that one Steve
Yes, yeah. Steve is
Buscemi?
the werewolf.
It's a hotel but inconvenient. So true. Um, there's just some funny, it's funny animated humor, which is nice. Thank God. Um,
Dennis also says his first word in here.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't say blah, blah, blah.
I mean, I assume that's kind of from the first one.
Yeah, apparently I looked it up after, but I still got the bit.
Um, so then Johnny is trying to get Dracula to like update the hotel and kind of get him to use like social media and phones, which feels very cursed.
I was just so exhausted by this. I feel like these jokes were tired in 2015.
Yeah. Except I did write on my next line, Oak is laughing at all the stupid kid jokes, such as you should get a Bluetooth. Would you?
Oh,
Would you?
yeah.
We're starving here.
And Dracula says, "Hey, Bluetooth," and this guy walks over. Now what?
Oak was giggling at every one of those.
I was alive.
Um, okay, so then Drac for the first time is trying to get Dennis, the kid, the baby, to turn into a bat because he's like he must be a vampire. Like I refuse to accept that he's a monster. That is the conflict of the movie. Oh, and then he pops and locks. There's like a stupid little dance moment because again we're in like the Trolls era and movies were just doing this.
I'm not playing any more of
Yeah.
that. That's extremely copywritten. But
I also
I,
like hate the animation on that. What's going on?
yeah, this feels like a producer was like, we gotta have a funny dance moment in there.
Yeah.
It'll be so random. And I believe at this point I said, it's an Adam Sandler movie when I feel like I'm hallucinating during it.
Yep, that's my next comment. Yeah. Um, they showed Mavis's like bulletin board of like his nap schedule or sleeping schedule, and there was a little flyer that said Transylvania yoga class schedule. Right, right. Um, yeah. Dracula at this point in the movie is like backseat driving parenting. Like there's this show that this kind of Sesame Street-esque puppet show that Dennis likes to watch. Like they're like puppet monsters,
Hmm.
and they're learning about sharing and teaching him um whatever, and Dracula doesn't like that. Um yeah,
He
I
doesn't
don't know.
like
I
that the
wrote this as a
monsters are
stupid
sharing.
conflict.
Even though I don't
Yeah.
know, he seems pretty civil with his friends.
Yeah, that's the thing. Again, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're trying to be like we're like evil monsters or like we're mean, and I don't ever see really any evidence of that in the movie, I guess, until we see his dad
I think
later.
that is like kind of the point though, where like
Yeah, I
Dracula
guess.
wants to have these very like outdated ideas, and like his friends are
Right.
already over it, but they
Yeah.
will humor him a little.
Mhm. Yeah. There's also a gigantic fucking teddy bear in the corner of this kid's bedroom, and I was like, that's Alexandrite goals right there. Is a stuffed animal that big?
Yep.
It's like literally taking up like floor to ceiling. Okay, then we have his 5th birthday party,
Yeah.
or is it the werewolf kid's birthday party? I literally couldn't keep track of what was going on.
This one is the werewolf kid's birthday party. His fifth birthday party is kind of like looming on the horizon,
Oh,
because
right.
if you
Okay.
don't get your fangs by the time you turn 5, then you're not gonna get them,
Mhm.
because biology is so cut and dry like that.
Yeah. I mean, how does any of this lore work? Again, we're in the Renesmee era situation.
Ah, I forgot to
Yeah,
say,
so
Jonathan, you're banging my daughter when with the pregnancy reveal. Anyway.
mm, yeah. Um, so like, yeah, at the werewolf pup's birthday party, like I forget who tells her to go have some fun. Tells Mavis to go have some fun.
Mm.
Literally, we watched this last night, and it's already like leaving my brain because it was so happening so quickly. Which at least I wasn't bored.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like, it's not quite slop because it does feel like effort went into it, but it is
Mhm.
for 6-year-olds, you know?
Yeah. But the point is she gets told to, like, go have some fun, and she kinda gets a little too into it and, like, goes and, like, hits the piñata and whatever, and this is where I was really like, "Oh, she's a baby. She should be at the club." Like,
Yeah,
she should not have a child right now.
she's
What is happening?
25. She should be at the
Yeah.
club or
Yeah.
doing limbo or something at least. Like, come on. And
Yeah.
also, Jonathan is clearly like feeling like, oh god, I'm too young to be a parent, because he at like, 28 or whatever, he texts Mavis like so excited for date night, and she texts back like can't, baby stuff, and he's like,
Mhm.
cool. Are we ever allowed to be alone again?
Yeah. Yeah. 25 and 28 is just simply too young to have a baby.
Too
You
young.
should No one should be doing that. Um, in my opinion. Um, okay, so this is where we introduce kind of the like main. I keep saying what's the conflict in the movie, but here's like the how the conflict presents itself in the movie is that Mavis says that she wants to move Dennis to California where it's less dangerous for him, where the dad is from, but we haven't really seen it be concretely dangerous for him.
I think it's more
But
she's like convinced that he's not going to be a vampire. He is almost
right.
5. There are no fangs. He can't turn into a bat or anything. He's not a vampire. He should be around other human children because he
Yeah.
doesn't exactly fit in, even though he kind of does. He has this
Mhm.
little werewolf girl who's his friend who likes him a lot.
Yeah. Which they also make weird.
Yeah.
Um, can you show 20 at 22:30? Um, they just they what is this? What is this awkward character archetype? This is very like Moana coded. It's like Anna from Frozen coded. It's the Tangled girl coded. It's like, what is the like? Why are they all like this? This time it's a guy.
You're in on this? The leaving?
It's not definite at all. It's just something she's definitely talking about, but until we do it, it's not definitized.
I hate this.
It's like it's quirky, you know?
I
Quirky
hate
and
it.
awkward
I-
in
ugh.
like the mid 2010s kind of way. It's very New
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. It kind of feels like an allusion to a mom discovering her child is autistic and the struggle to do what's right in terms of care. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they do keep saying
we'll
that
get
Dennis
into
is
the
different.
allegory. Yeah, there's multiple ways this tries to do something.
And, you know, Dracula insisting that he's not different, he's just, like, essentially developmentally behind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's weird. I mean it's very like kids movie. Like
It's Happy Feet.
we should I haven't seen that in 20 years. I don't know.
I saw it several dozen times in, like, you know, like 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. You were a real stan.
I was. Oh, that Elijah Wood with his piercing blue penguin eyes.
Those feet, they were happy.
Brittany Snow, I love her voice.
Yeah. So basically Dracula is really upset about this idea of them moving to California. Sounds like Johnny doesn't really want that. He wants to he likes being with all the monsters, but you know, he's going to go along with whatever Mavis wants. Um a lot of little backbones in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or too much. um we have a scene where Frankenstein's monster, who does go by Frankenstein, but also does mention it is technically Frankenstein's monster, which I guess I appreciated.
Yeah.
Um, and who's he played by again? Kevin James.
Kevin James, yeah.
He
Kevin
helps
James did okay.
Dracula decide that they should send Mavis and Johnny on a vacation since Johnny wants time with Mavis, as we mentioned, and Dracula wants to get Dennis alone and try to make him more vampy, like try to bring out his vampireness. So they hatch a plan, which I also really didn't like about the Mavis and Johnny relationship, that he's just going along with this stupid plan
Outright
and to
plotting
like
against his wife.
to literally distract her. Like he's literally distracting her.
He's trying to feel some control in their relationship because there is such an age difference.
And because she should be at the club. He also says, "This is the first place I can really be myself. I want to stay. I haven't been this excited since they invented stuffed crust pizza."
They definitely did that before you were born, but okay.
He's such a weird stereotype character. Like he is like yeah, he's like California dude bro that I don't know.
He could have
has
been
one of those
Shaggy.
stoner jackets, which is funny. He carries a backpack around that's like special item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wrote that the internal kids review so far was too much parenting in this movie.
Yeah, I can't see
Didn't
this
like it.
movie holding my interest that much as a child. This one is weirdly kind
No.
of for the parents.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other part of the plan of them going to California is that Johnny wants to his goal is to convince Mabel that California is not that great.
Yeah. Right. I did note here that David's invisible Canadian girlfriend bit is funny when they're like about to leave on the trip.
Mm.
And I said also I believe she's real. We were on the same page with that one. Turns out no, but I liked how he played that bit. It was funny. Yeah, so then they go on a road trip. So then we have the movie splits in two. Much like Split in 2007.
2007 is
Okay.
2017.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That just
No,
feels like
because
20
it
years
came out
ago.
the same week as The Bye Bye Man, the greatest film of all time.
Oh, okay, great. Are you gonna show that scene for a
Oh,
second?
yeah, I can show that. Let's see.
Okay, you two lovebirds, drink your champagne and let's get going.
Oh, yeah. No, sure, okay. Cheers, babe. Oh, you klutz.
We can't say nothing about this?
No, we don't have time for
I
zinger.
just liked it.
I liked it, yeah. It's
Um,
simple. It's a good bit.
So then the Dracula and his monster friends and baby Dennis decide to go on a road trip in a hearse to go have a monster adventure to try to bring out his vampireness.
Mhm.
They licensed the song "Worth It" and they're gonna play it. Damn it! They played that song
Okay,
like
yeah.
3 or 4 times.
It's just so fucking generic sounding. Who's that by?
I don't know. Okay. We're in California. They drive past the beach. There is some beautiful scenery. Um,
By Fifth Harmony.
I also wrote hate them as a couple. She's a lesbian and he's a noob.
Get some estrogen in him, he'll be fine.
Okay, we'll come back to the California thing. Because the Drac contingent. So sorry, my notes are gonna be bouncing back and forth because they are bouncing back and forth between these two things, which isn't done terribly.
Mhm.
It's better than the first 10 minutes of the movie that are like at such a rapid pace that I barely knew what was happening. Because at least now we're like doing one thing. So then Dracula takes them to the dark forest of Slobovia, but gentrification has hit and it's now a very normal seeming place with like a nice park,
Yep.
people walking around. That he tries to get Frankenstein to scare some human women. And when he jumps out, they think he's adorable.
No,
And
he's famous. They know him. They ask for a
right,
selfie
yeah.
with him.
Yeah, and they think he's adorable. Yeah. All the monsters seem very wholesome, which seems counter to both it being dangerous for him and also how wholesome Dracula was being actually in the beginning of the movie.
Mhm.
Like he was being very wholesome and like now we're trying to anyway, it doesn't matter.
From what I know about Hotel Transylvania, this seems like kind of a backslide on his character too, that he's being racist against humans again. Just because a bunch of them killed his wife. Get over it. It was 1895. We were all doing it.
Oh my gosh, can you find where it says here have an avocado? Yay.
Yeah.
The kid is cute. The HL liked the kid. And thinks he's nice. Yeah, he's just here to have a good time, you know. He's a generic kids movie kid, but he's not annoying.
Nobody, just here, have an avocado.
Yay!
Your mommy says it's a good fat, whatever the heaven that means.
I didn't catch that line, whatever the heaven that means.
Yeah, but here's an avocado. Yay!
Yay!
I think you said that's you guys.
That is me. Whenever offered avocado. Yay!
Okay, and then I have it 34:14. You're gonna play a sound effect.
uh so Dracula's like, okay, Wayne, werewolf man, why don't you go and kill a deer and show Dennis what it's like to hunt. It doesn't kind of kick in fast enough for the bit to work that well. Anyway.
I also couldn't hear it because I'm.
Yeah, that's okay. They heard it. Also, this is V whenever I say, okay, V, it's time to watch another Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah. That's me. Yep. That's how I feel inside. Yeah. Okay. Then we have a I like barely so then we have we're back in California. They go to a corner store like a 7-Eleven, and my girl Mavis has never been anywhere, including to a 7-Eleven, and she's very excited. She drinks all the flavors of icy, of Slurpee.
She's so excited that
Um
there are so many flavors of chips.
yeah. It's like damn, that's sad.
She's like the
She
like. Have you seen, I don't know, old Republican pictures of like grocery stores in Cuba or whatever, and it's all like one brand. And they're like horrifying. It's like that Mavis is that in that moment.
yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
wow,
It's like
capitalism breeds competition.
and notably, none of them are real brands except I think maybe Slurpee. Was Slurpee a real brand there?
I don't think it
No,
is. They said,
because it wasn't a 7-Eleven. It was a
yeah,
market
it's a
mart.
9/11 or whatever.
Shut up.
Like it's not
Yeah.
Slurpee, and also but they do say Slurpee, but she says
Yeah.
Slurpee, and she says it comes in 48 flavors, which it definitely doesn't. It comes in like
Yeah.
2. It comes in blue or Coca-Cola. Take your choice.
She should be at the club.
He
Also,
should be at the
the
club.
worker here was funny. Yeah. um. Okay, back to Transylvania. Can we discuss the microaggression of the "Did you seriously just ask a vampire where to get a bite? This is so embarrassing.
Oh
Sorry
yeah.
about that. Love your chocolate cereal."
I
I didn't
mean,
know what to think about that.
I thought it was really funny.
Hey, Murray, your turn.
We're probably gonna get obliterated on YouTube
Excuse
anyway.
us? Do you know where someone can get a bite around here?
Did you seriously just ask a vampire where to get a bite?
Oh gosh, I didn't mean, we're not from around here.
This is so embarrassing. Just keep going.
Sorry to bother you. Love your chocolate cereal.
I think that's Jackie Sandler too in face design. Anyway, the
Yeah.
microaggression. I don't know. I don't normally like that sort of thing. I don't like that Seinfeld episode where Jerry keeps accidentally microaggressing people. But I think how he makes it 100 times worse by saying "love your chocolate cereal" makes it funnier.
Yeah. 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 Okay, here I have it all caps. 36 minutes in and not one fart, poop, or gross sex joke. Perhaps Adam Sandler should only be allowed to write kids' movies, but only if he doesn't have creative control.
Yeah. Gendy Tartakovsky isn't going to let him Adam Sandler all over this.
Yeah. And you can really tell
Yeah.
that he was not allowed to. He was simply limited. You still see his like some of his like especially as Dracula, some of his like dumbassness coming
Yeah.
through, but it's not nearly as like crass and boring
Yeah.
as he usually is.
They're making him
So
play a
that-
character.
Yeah. Yeah. The the mummy conjuring a sandstorm bit felt a little I don't know about that to me because there was
We'll just skip over that.
I'll skip over that.
I think that's the only
Not important.
significant bit the mummy gets anyway, so
Yeah. Okay, then they're at a like a BMX like a pump track, like skate park. And Mavis once again wanting to be a teenager, trying to be a kid, wanting to have some fun. Um, so so she gets to show them all how it's done. It's not
can I
really
say
important.
I think the
Yeah.
reason I like Johnny and Mavis together is because I think that Mavis is cute. I like how she's animated, the way that she stands and talks and moves. And
Mhm.
I think that I'm like mentally projecting myself as Johnny. And I'm like, wow, they're great
That's
together.
yeah, that's Y/N. That's
Hang on, I
Yeah.
gotta go to AO3 tonight.
He's the Anastasia Steele or whatever.
Yeah.
Blank slate, the Bella for which you can imprint yourself upon. It's funny because I wrote M and J are a stupid couple, right about right here.
I don't know, I like this look they give each other. Aren't they in love, chat? Don't they want to fuck raw?
Maybe it's because we didn't watch the first one, but I just don't get it. Like, it's fine. I think they could be nice friends. I just don't really. A vampire relationship? A vampire relationship should be fucking weird, okay?
Well, notably, she hasn't like turned him, so she's probably not in this for the long haul.
Yeah, she's just wanted to get a baby out of it, and whether he's there or not doesn't really matter. He looks enamored. She looks kind of worried. I'm saying. They FaceTime Dracula because she's a mom who must be concerned and worried about her kid, which I think hobbles her character a little bit.
I will say that she literally apparently has not been away from her child in the 5 years he's been born.
Yeah, I don't like that. She should be at the club. She looks at him like he's a stray dog she found outside.
Wow,
Really
just like
good.
me, just like me.
Just like you for real. Yeah, no wonder you're imprinting on this. Yeah.
I kind of
Okay,
assumed he
so
was
yeah,
a
they
werewolf when I saw commercials for this back in the day. So
Nope, just some California bro.
projecting again.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, they FaceTime Dracula and to like say hi to the kid. There's a joke where the kid is like asleep. They're like in the car and the kid is asleep, and so instead of just being like, "Oh, he's sleeping, look at him sleeping," they like pretend he's awake and have the Invisible Man like hold him up and move him and talk as him. And I'm like,
Yeah.
can you just say that he's asleep? Like
I
it just
think
wasn't
because
even a
they
good
don't
joke.
want to give away that they're in the car.
Right. But then he holds him up anyway. I don't know.
He's out of his car seat there.
And they're moving, so
Well, yeah, that is dangerous. But I'm saying, like, if they just showed him asleep, Mavis would see he was in his car seat, and she'd be like, "Where the fuck are you taking my son? I'm calling the police."
then hold him up out of his car seat. They hold him up out of his car seat anyway. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we'll come back to that. I wrote down my most offensive joke.
Oh.
Okay. So then they go to Dracula's summer camp his vampire kid summer camp that he grew up going to. That's been PCified. They got a threat from like the state insurance, and so now they gotta like have waivers and liability and do things very which yeah again is very countered this idea of like monster culture has become very lame, which is very Adam Sandler, like it's a
Yeah.
boomer take, as you pointed out.
Yeah, this is
We
like
have
the
Dana
participation
Carvey.
ribbon stuff where it's like, "Oh, good job, you caught the mouse. We do T-mouse instead." Like T-ball. I want to point out to the boomers that as a millennial, as the generation that this is about, really, I'll say that we never wanted the participation trophies. That was for your asses. That was so you wouldn't feel bad. That was so you wouldn't start a fight with a fucking coach.
And like Adam Sandler, he's got to be like Gen X, right?
Yeah. No,
he's
earlier than Gen.
not-
He's a boomer. He has to have been born.
Is he an actual boomer?
In like 1970 boomer?
Might be like the cusp.
He was born in 66. He's my mother's age.
Oh fuck!
So yeah, he's a boomer.
Okay. he's a late boomer.
Actual boomer.
Wow. So so he's got boomer ass takes in like many of his movies, and this is that like it's that same energy that we've been kind of seeing. I've been kind of pointing out in like where he's like making fun of like sensitive, special snowflakes. Which is very much this whole thing.
It's funny because you think
the kids seem like they're having a great time at the summer camp.
Yeah, to be honest. Also, I'm kind of surprised that because grown-ups went so hard into like because you be on that phone, I'm surprised that the joke with the phone stuff is that Dracula is really bad at technology and no one else is. And they're all trying to teach him and he's just awful at it. Because that
He
feels
has
like
really long nails, so he can't.
yeah, I do
the
think that's
screen.
funny.
Yeah.
You gotta use the pad of your
Um,
finger. Oh, whatever, I'll do it.
Yeah, like him and his like monster group was pretty funny. Like they were actually a pretty fun group.
Is this what
Like
grown-ups
he
should
was the
have
most
been?
annoying. Yes, I think so. They just needed monsters and to have somebody edit it and have Adam Sandler not have creative control and have a script and have jokes and have animation. Yeah. Um so okay, then we're back in California and we're visiting Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally, his parents. And once again his mom is being very like boomer mom where she's it actually kind of reminds me of my mom where it's like she's got the spirit. She's like missing the mark a little bit and being a little bit like microaggressive, but like she's trying to be supportive.
Yeah.
um
Hang on, let me play the line that made me like actually cringe a little bit.
yeah.
Hang on.
He'd get disemboweled and eaten,
Not
but I
this one.
told him he was just being silly.
That was you, Linda.
Oh, there they are. You know, we have a couple of mixed families in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd invite them over.
Don't say it like that.
You can't say that. And what she means is that there's actually apparently monsters. Well, no. There's one monster human couple. Um and they say people are totally cool with our lifestyle choice. And I said,
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, you're so weird. Um and uh
Oh.
and then also a couple comes in and
Hang on. Your audio got fucky for a minute. And you're out completely, actually. So,
I can switch to this one, but it probably sounds bad.
yeah, it sounds awful. Try just rejoining the call.
Testing.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, great.
You were saying
All right. No idea.
lifestyle.
That the another couple comes in and she has assumed that the guy is a werewolf, but he's not.
He's got a big beard and he's hairy.
He's hairy. Yeah. And that was a weird series
Yeah.
of Adam's weird. Okay. Okay, here's where I have a note from I don't know where I got this when we were like looking up stuff after we watched this. So the monster couple, there's a monster and is it the husband that's the monster?
Yeah, the
And then yeah,
husband.
right. And then the human wife. He and his wife were going to have somewhat bigger roles in earlier script drafts, such as more lines. He would also enter the house's bathroom and use the toilet due to some of the tacos he eats. Because Adam Sandler knows one joke, and it is funny poop fart tacos joke.
Yeah, again with the
Um,
tacos too. We got throw some racism in there too.
in the end, however, they were reduced to their one scene they appear in, which again, I'm like, this is how you know he did not solely create and write and
Yep.
put out this movie. He was like being given guardrails and being given edits, like thank God. And that's the only reason this is any good. Yeah, I just felt that very indicative.
It has to have been
All
Gandhi
right.
Tartakovsky that like put the kibosh on some of this because this is the creative team behind You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Well, but like what about also who is producing this?
Good question.
Because I feel like it's more of like it's more about the parent company, I would guess, for being like especially being a sequel that they weren't involved in the first one.
Produced by Michelle Murdocha. Murdocha?
Okay. Distributed by
She...
Sony Pictures.
Yeah, she's a Sony Pictures person.
Yeah.
She was the senior visual effects producer on Stuart Little.
Okay.
Apparently she was a visual effects person and turned producer. Good for her.
Okay.
She was the producer on one episode of Anime Addicts Anonymous, a podcast. Okay. Anyway.
All right. While we're here, let's talk about how Mavis and Johnny talk, and she's saying like, oh, why do I feel so weird here? I think that your parents are just trying to help me. And she says something about growing up in Santa Claus, and he says Santa Cruz, but and that is where me and Oak had to stop the movie. Like a
Because
5-minute argument.
I said I knew it. Because there was a vibe, Like I saw some places, the fake 7-Eleven. I was like, wow, this looks like the 7-Eleven that's near V when I go out there that we occasionally go to. And V was like, that looks like every 7-Eleven. And I was like, yeah, but it made me think of that one. And then when they were like driving downtown, I was like, that kind of feels like downtown Santa Cruz. And
also, do you hear the way he's saying Santa Cruz?
I'm sorry that I speak English. That I put all the letters in. I'm sorry.
It's
Santa Cruz.
It's Santa Cruz, not Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
No. Anyway, I am deeply offended that they're calling this place Santa Cruz, California, which is a place I've been known to live.
Also, they clearly drive down the one.
Sure, I'll give you that.
Also, they go to San Jose Airport.
Okay, I'll give you those two things. These are the two things I will give you. That is clearly driving down the one, although it looks south. It looks like Carmel. And then they do show the San Jose Mineta International Airport, and it does look like that. However, every single scene in this city is a place I have never seen before. It doesn't look like Santa Cruz, has weird palm trees places. There's not a single redwood. They don't show the boardwalk. This is not Santa Cruz. Does not look like downtown. Those stores don't exist. I understand it's like not supposed to be like a shot for shot, but it really feels like they had this beautiful vista and they had a picture of the airport, and then they were like, I don't know, generic California town. Because it looked like I don't know, like San Luis Obispo or like somewhere in LA County to me. Anyway, we have differing opinions on this.
I don't know. V's trying to tell me that she's never been to hang on, I gotta find a screenshot of the
Espresso and bookstore.
Yeah, V's never been to the bookstore.
We'd be onto something. We don't have that.
V doesn't remember when they had the bookstore in Santa Cruz in 2015.
All of California.
Like, I don't know.
Okay.
This to me, the vibe feels like when we drive through downtown Santa Cruz. I say right that time for you.
Yeah, Pismo Santa Barbara. Thank you. Yeah, it's like slow. Yeah. Okay, chat's on my side. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, like the reason I feel like it feels like, and I'm very curious about the budget of this movie, because we did get a spoiler that we got the budget for Hotel Transylvania 3, and it was much lower than I would have expected. So I mean, did they, who are they shipping internationally, shipping this out to animate this for cheap, and like what context do they have, like, who is the person who drew those scenes has never seen Santa Cruz. That's how I feel. So
It's just how I
Lucas.
feel.
Yeah.
And knowing that
Yeah.
it is canonically Santa Cruz made me feel so validated.
Yeah. Yeah. I wrote, we then argued about whether or not this looks like Santa Cruz. I think it's somewhere in SoCal, maybe Slow. And I said to Oak, I think you've just been to like 2 California cities.
No, I've
And
been to
then,
like 5.
okay. Then I said, okay, I checked and it is canonically Santa Cruz. The airport did get me. Okay, now seems like a good time to have you look at this article for a chat. Hang on, for the stream. Here, it is in our thing. This is very relevant right now. Please pull it up for
Also,
everyone to see.
here is the airport, by the way. This is San Jose Airport.
Which yeah, that is the San Jose airport.
Okay, article that you sent me. so this says Cookie Lookout update. Cookie Monster still in Santa Cruz despite police calls.
Mm-hmm. You got to read the article and you'll understand why I had to show this to you.
The presence of a man in a Cookie Monster costume at Santa Cruz Wharf continues to sow discomfort among locals. Link to an article saying Santa Cruz or Cookie Monster's Santa Cruz Wharf Boardwalk, who have complained to law enforcement. That continued over President's Day weekend when police responded to calls on the wharf. The Santa Cruz Police Department has not returned requests for more information on the incident, but a post on its Instagram account Wednesday evening reiterated advice that the public not to engage with the man. The post says, although he is exercising his First Amendment rights, residents should file a police report if they see or experience a criminal act.
Keep going.
A similar post from the Santa Cruz Wharf account notes that he is not employed, contracted, or permitted by the city of Santa Cruz, nor by any of the local businesses. Lookout caught up with the man in the costume, Adam Sandler, on Monday? Out on the wharf on a Sunday holiday weekend, bystanders and passerby gawked at Sandler's ragged Sesame Street-style costume. One man angrily confronted Sandler, accusing him of criminal behavior. "Get out of Santa Cruz," the young man yelled. In a brief, meandering conversation that ranged from Jeffrey Epstein to President Joe Biden, the only reason Sandler gave for why he chose to come to Santa Cruz is that he likes the city. This is not the actual Adam Sandler, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, but I forgot that this was a thing. And then when I was sending my local friends like pictures of I was like, how this isn't looking like Santa Cruz. Marissa was like, oh, like Adam Sandler, the Cookie Monster. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then she sent that link. And then I did remember from like a while ago that we had this local Cookie Monster named Adam Sandler who was a menace, and it just feels like I'm connecting the dots. They're connected.
He's faced criminal charges in other cities, including New York, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, for threats against tourists, other street performers, and store owners. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, is this, so we gotta like really think about that, like, you know, what's going on here? What does this all mean? Why is Adam Sandler here? There's Cookie Monster-esque puppets in the movie.
It's true.
I'm connecting the dots.
Boop.
Anyway, that was just very funny. Okay, moving on. We're like, believe it or not, we're like almost to the end of the movie. So then, okay, we're back to the summer camp. Oak, tell us about when Dracula throws the kid off of a tall tower.
Yeah, so there's this tall tower where vampire kids are supposed to learn how to fly, sink, or swim style. And they've condemned it because it is a rickety old tower that doesn't even look like it's structurally sound. It was structurally sound at any point. And instead they have one that's kind of like zip lining, where they like hook the kids up to a harness and then have them jump off like a little ledge, and then they fly as a bat and fly away, and there's a guy with a net in case they fall, which I don't know. That seems safe and like pretty reasonable. That doesn't seem like PC bullshit. That just seems like they're still doing it. They're doing it on their own. Anyway, so Adam Sandler is like, blah blah blah. I'm going to bring my grandson up to the top of his rickety tower, and I'm throwing him off, and he will turn into a bat before he hits the ground 17 stories down. And his friends are like, okay, Dracula, maybe you shouldn't do that, but okay, we're gonna enable you.
Yeah.
And so he throws him off, and he falls for a long
30
time.
seconds.
Probably more. And his friends are like, he's not turned into a bat. He's getting real close to the ground, Drac. Drac, you gotta get this kid. And Dracula's like,
Dracula's
shit.
like,
and he's not turning into a bat. I gotta get him.
So then he goes and catches him, and Dana Carvey, who we didn't mention, is like the camp counselor there, who is Garth from Wayne's World, by the way, and among other things.
The master of disguise, turtle.
Yeah, he says he has to he's gonna report this to the authorities, and he has to tell this kid's mom that just happened, and Dracula's arguing with him about that. Meanwhile, all the monsters are still up on the tower, and then it like falls over, explodes. Does it explode their car? Is that what it explodes? Something explodes.
It falls into like the building and across like the campfire, so it sets everything on fire, and then something else lands on their car and explodes it.
And then like a monster runs through the lodge, setting everything on fire.
So that was Frankenstein, which I think is a funny joke.
Yeah. So Adam Sandler single-handedly destroys this camp like he destroys everything good in my life. And then they face, so then mom calls again while that's happening, and they FaceTime, and she's like, "Oh, those sirens, like what's going on?" And then I think Dana, the camp counselor, like tells her what's going on, and that whatever. So then she's like, "Okay, I need to go home immediately." Because she's like, I don't know, because they don't actually find out, but she's like, something is happening. She doesn't know for sure, but so then they're like, okay, the jig is up. We have to get back to the castle, the hotel. And then there's like this sequence of them, the monsters, trying to get back home without their car. They fly home on the blob. Yeah, that first they take this, which is kind of funny. This was a lot of humor in this time. Reminds me of like Monsters University, the snail or whatever. I guess it's kind of pervasive, that's a funny thing. So they try to take that runs out of juice, so then they blow up the giant blob and like ride him like a hot air balloon. There was some nice visuals of the Transylvania countryside there, and the train that is like that you said was from Dracula
1991. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hang on, I'll compare the shots.
Great.
As soon as I see it. Here somewhere.
Made me want to go to Transylvania. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the Transylvanian Tourist Board really getting their money's worth. Yep. A bunch of dialogue.
Or we're pretty much at the end of this movie after this.
Tell me what happens from here while I find this stupid shot.
So they fly. They are trying to beat Mavis and Johnny home so they can pretend like they've been at the hotel the whole time, but they don't. And she is really mad, and she says, "Maybe you've let humans into your hotel, but I don't think you've let them into your heart." To which Oak said, "Boo."
It's like, was that what we were doing?
I guess. Yeah, and then we're on to the next, the last couple scenes, or the last couple bits of the movie. Dennis they're gonna have his 5th birthday party, and they have a pre-birthday party like dinner for with his family, and like a bunch of the human family comes, like his cousins are little assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cousins are little dicks.
Okay, so
Um
I found the shot. It doesn't look that much like it. So here is on the completely legal on my DVD copy. And then here is the scene from Dracula that I was thinking of. I think just
Mm.
both have a train in them.
Nailed it. Okay, awesome. Okay, so yeah, at this birthday party, um, basically the information is revealed that M Mavis invited her grandpa Vlad, played by Mel Brooks, who is like Dracula's estranged dad.
Hmm.
She invited him to the birthday party, like the next day or whatever, or whenever it's happening. Um, and go you go. So then
Uh,
they
so Vlad does not like humans at all, and in fact will kill humans on sight. Um, which seems like a problem when Dracula runs a hotel for both humans and monsters, and also his son-in-law is human. His son-in-law's family are human, and his grandson is at least half human.
Mhm.
So Vlad is going to come to this birthday party, so um, everyone needs to be disguised as monsters.
Yeah, so they tell the humans it's a masquerade party, so that
Mhm.
they'll all dress uh they'll dress as monsters. So the parents and some of the family members dress as zombies. Um I did think Johnny's costume, what is that based on? I like
It's
recognize
Dracula
it.
1991.
And it is very funny.
And
I don't like when Vlad says your hair looks like my wife's boobies. That is a line in this.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you pulling that up?
Yep.
Yeah, so Johnny's wearing that. Um
Amazing party!
So, what do you think?
This is your vampire costume? What are you, nuts?
I ordered it online. It was the only place that delivered overnight.
Funny.
yeah. So then then they got so like can you explain Keiki really quick?
Okay,
I
so
mentioned it
Keiki is
earlier.
the Sesame Street monster, and Jonathan, for his son's birthday, because he knows that he fucking loves Keiki, um, got this guy who is like a Keiki party performer,
Yeah.
who is also a
All the
human.
way to Transylvania. And he
Yeah.
says he has a something in 30 minutes. What if he had
Yeah, he
another
says
party?
he's got like a I don't know, a backyard party or something.
Like a barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, he went all the way to Transylvania.
Oh, I got a
He
book
seems
fair in
really
half
bored.
an hour.
Book fair.
Where is this book fair?
Yeah. So then Vlad comes and he sucks. Haha.
Ah.
Um
Blah.
then he sees Dennis, he meets Dennis, the kid, and he assumes that Dennis is a late fanger, which apparently Dracula was too, and says that they should scare the fangs out of him.
Mhm.
So then Johnny is a little wet noodle with no backbone and is okay with this plan of where Dracula is going no, where Vlad
Yeah.
possesses him. Vlad is going to like possess Keiki while he's like performing on stage to be scary and to scare the kids and to scare Dennis, um, which he does do. What does he make him do? He just kind of floats him
He like
around, makes
hulks
him
him
look
out at one
scary.
point, and he makes him like
Yeah,
throw up cakes from his mouth on like
yeah,
at kids, like entire cakes, like
yeah. Which yeah, that was and Dracula's like, oh, like getting sad that Dennis is getting scared, and I was just like, annoyed at Johnny again for being a wet noodle and going along with this plan.
Yeah, my brother and
Um,
Antichrist, you cannot be upset when you went along with this plan.
yeah. So then it's revealed that they're human. I forget how.
I think they're just like, yeah, we're human.
Okay. And Vlad is very offended that they don't hate humans anymore, which feels very, again, like on the nose boomer take allegory ass, like discrimination, thing. Um, and then So then Dennis the kid and the little werewolf girl that he's friends with like run off into the woods because he's upset about everything that's going on. And they go hide. And while they're hiding in the woods, this like over the top evil bat minion comes and like find who's a minion for Vlad or whatever, comes and captures Dennis and the wolf girl. This is our climax, by the way.
Yeah.
The little
Hang
wolf girl gets hurt. Oh, go ahead.
Before we get into this, we do have a moment where Dracula stands up to his father, and he says that
I didn't write it down.
this is important because it's going to get into a complaint I have later.
Okay, go ahead.
So, he's like, I don't hate humans anymore, and your great grandson is a wonderful person, and his father is a wonderful person, and if you cannot love him, then you are a fool. And it's like, yay, he's grown, he's no longer racist again.
Yeah.
Put a pin in that.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't care that he's not a vampire. He's never going to
Yeah.
be a vampire. It's his 5th birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
that was like a quick little turn.
yeah.
So then they're fighting with the Bat Minion. The Wolf Girl gets hurt, which unlocks Dennis's vampire powers. Oh my god, he wasn't human. Him actually being a vampire kind of undermines the point, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now Dracula's like, oh, I'm so glad that he's a vampire. It would have been cool if he wasn't a vampire. I was prepared to be cool, but I'm so glad that I don't have to be cool because he is a vampire.
Right, yeah.
You guys like my vampire voice?
I think I heard Riley laugh from the living room. So then Dennis like hulks out and like gets all his cool powers and turns into a bat and stuff, and he kicks the bat's ass, which is lame. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
It's a lot more violent than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's like when I watched Powerpuff Girls for the first time in a couple of decades, and I was like, oh my god, my parents let me watch this?
Please read chat.
Please say bounce on it wild style. Hang on. Bounce on it wild style.
Bleh.
There. I'm bouncing and moaning on it.
So much worse. I can hear Riley laughing. I wrote, wow, he's a Renesmee after all. Congrats. He's Renesmee. So then there's like a big fight scene where all the vampires and monsters fight all of the evil bats, and it's kind of like giving the end of Beauty and the Beast in the castle, and like all of the like furniture is fighting the townspeople. I don't know. There was just a couple shots like that. Just Adam Sandler loves ending his movies with a big stupid fight scene. Like how many? There's been a lot of them at this point, especially Grown Ups 1 and 2 for sure. But I think some other ones too.
Jack and Jill didn't have one.
Some of the sports ones, surely.
Happy Gilmore didn't really. Billy Madison kind of did, I guess. Going Overboard definitely did. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so and then we get Vlad stops the last bat from hurting Johnny, and says, "Don't come near me or my family ever again," which is so lame. So unbelievably lame for him to have flipped on no longer be racist.
Dude, it's so easy to write a kids movie.
I wrote, "Yeah, basic." Try it as fuck. And then we get like an ending. Then it's the end, and we get like a trolls ass ending pop music dance scene, the way every kids movie ends now because Shrek did it.
Yeah, it's an
It's an
easy,
easy way
like,
to end.
everything is okay, come out and take a bow kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's it.
That's the
That's the
movie.
movie.
It was okay, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it.
Yeah. No, it was, I mean, I would watch this one before almost any of the other ones.
Yeah. Like, is this movie objectively probably better than Waterboy? Yeah. Did I like it more than Waterboy? Weirdly, I don't think so. I think I enjoyed Waterboy more because that goth that goth relationship makes more sense, maybe.
Yeah, they're weird. You know, they're both weirdos.
Yeah,
Unlike in this one where they're both pretty normal.
yeah. Maybe she's a
Um,
vampire, but she doesn't like talk about it.
No, she's like not really. She's like a prep vampire.
Is she like a self-hating vampire? Is that a bit in the first movie?
She at one point she puts on like sunscreen on her face, which turns her face white, and then like a sun hat, and I was like,
Mhm.
"What is happening?" Like,
Whiteface?
that just
Really? Haven't the whites suffered enough?
God. Yeah. Okay. What the fuck do we do at the end here? Okay, let's talk ratings and budget.
Mhm. I think that this,
Um,
uh, for budget, this is
yeah.
$95 million, and it made fucking like 400 million.
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I think these movies did well.
Yeah, I think this kid
Um
did fucking gangbusters.
yeah, I think based on what I remember the budget for 3 being like I feel like it was like, you know, small, which is like I mean, small. But for like a well animated movie is really depressing to me
Mm.
that for a well animated movie they're paying like I don't know, I'm going to guess like 70 million. Um versus like Grown Ups 2 churned out trash, which was all like made for the same amount basically.
So what
And
was
then I'm
your...
gonna guess grossed 350 million,
So, it was a budget of $80 million, so I aimed too high on the budget.
which is crazy.
And I aimed too low on the profit
Oh my
because it
god.
made $474.8 million at the box office. That is
Damn.
bonkers. I mean, like, it's not undeserved, I guess. Like, if I'm
Yeah.
choosing one Adam Sandler movie to like do crazy at the box office, I would rather this than Grown Ups, which made less than
Yeah.
this, but like not that much less. I guess made like
Yeah.
a quarter less or something.
And it makes me surprised. I mean, it's really interesting because we learned that they made 3 and 4. Adam Sandler was in 3 but did not return for 4, and 4 was like a direct to streaming, which could have
3, I
been like
think, was
a
also direct to streaming.
Oh, really?
Maybe?
I mean, I guess
No.
that's what they were doing then.
Oh, no. The
I don't
4
know.
was direct to streaming. 3 wasn't. Because it was
When did 4 come out?
2018. 4 came out 2018, so 3 years later. They basically did one every
Okay.
3 years. Which tells me that they didn't, they weren't sure if the first one was going to do well. And then they started a sequel once they saw it did well. But then they were like, I don't think that the second one is going to do as well, so we're going to wait on that. And then it did fucking gangbusters, and they were like, okay, get the third one out the door.
Yeah. But then Adam didn't come back for the fourth one.
He did not.
I guess he doesn't need more money, my god.
Yeah.
So maybe he doesn't care.
Yeah, the third
Seems
one
like an
actually
easy check,
grossed
but
more money.
maybe I think they probably actually made him work in these movies, whereas he doesn't
Yeah.
usually.
Even
So,
though he didn't have to write this one.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. This must have done well ratings wise. Probably not as good as the first one, but probably better than a lot of his other movies. We can barely call this his movie.
Yeah.
I will say. I'm gonna say Rotten Tomatoes critics. Oh, let's be generous. Let's say 60
Mhm.
and 65. Because there really wasn't much offensive about it.
Yeah.
Is it groundbreaking? No, but like it's a finely made movie. 65% critics, and I'll say 75 audience.
I think
65, 75. How about you?
67 for critics and 84 for audiences.